My name's John Barker, aka your grandma's favorite pitmaster, aka the Meatloaf Master. And today we are going to do a smoked nacho stuffed meatloaf. Holler at your boy. You might notice I have a plethora of supplies because for once in my life I tried to be ready before we started filming. So if you guys just want to give me a virtual high, there you go. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our ground beef 14-day dry aged. What does that mean? Well, it's probably from Porter Road, and you're right. Porter Road ground beef. So typically when you make a meatloaf, right, you use breadcrumbs, panko, whatever. We're gonna do something a little different because this is a nacho stuffed meatloaf. I was gonna say macaroni and cheese, but we're gonna go ahead and grab some tortilla chips. Now, if I was doing this for like a customer, I'd be extra bougie and probably make the chips from scratch. But I've had these bad boys sitting around and they're getting a little stale. So what's the best thing we could do with them at this point? I don't know, maybe break them up and put them in a meatloaf. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna take this guy, our roller, give it a nice little run down here. Crunch those boys up. That feels good, man. You feel the power? The friggin' power? If you've never operated your own friggin' rolling pin, dude, what are you even doing? Guys, we're just gonna toss those right in there. I don't know exactly how much we need, but if we need more, we'll add more, right? Next, we're gonna start off with one egg. We're just gonna pop that egg down in there, pull it out. We're gonna drop a little shell down in there too, which we will quickly retrieve and probably leave in the video because we don't edit out mistakes. All right guys, now we're gonna take a little bit of this Hey Grill Hey Fiesta barbecue rub and we're just gonna go ahead and plop some of that down in there. Now I'm gonna add another ingredient. You don't have to add it if you aren't into it, but if you want superior beef, I'd throw a little MSG in there. So we're gonna throw about a teaspoon of MSG down in there. Feel free to leave your hate comments. You can tweet me, Instagram me at Skull and Mortar. And now we're just going to mash that stuff together there. Now the eggs and the chips will kind of act as a binder. If you've never made a meatloaf before, a binder is essential to your meatloaf sticking together. If you have made a meatloaf before, then you probably already know that. Heck yeah. All right, so this meat's real cold right now, and before we get to the next stage, we do want to let it warm up a little bit. So we're gonna set this off to the side. Guys, so one thing that I love in my nachos is a little onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice up an onion here, a little dicery, if you will. Some of you may notice while I do this, I do have two gloves on now. My son told me wearing two different kind of Crocs was cool, so I thought maybe it'd be pretty cool if I did that with the gloves, you know? So we're gonna put these vertical slices. This is gonna make it super easy to dice. Get your claw, boom, boom. Now we're gonna take about a handful of these and we're just gonna drop it down in there with our meat. We're gonna save the rest off to the side. We're gonna get to those later. Now you can chop up the whole onion if you want or not, it doesn't really matter. Now we're gonna get to some jalapenos. We're only gonna do one jalapeno. Amateur hour over here. All right guys, so I'm just gonna sprinkle some jalapenos until I like what I see in there. And that again is about where I'm gonna leave that. We'll save the rest of the jalapenos until later. We will come back to those. Now, we're gonna also get down with a little cream cheese. Why cream cheese, you say? Because I like it. I like the body of the flavor. I like what it's gonna add. And we wanna kind of keep it a nice vertical kind of cut there. Wait, is that vertical or horizontal?
Depending on which way you're looking at.
Oh, good call.
It's all about perspective.
Good call, so I'm right no matter what is what I'm hearing. Guys, here's where it gets wicked. I'm not even using name brand Velveeta at this point. I'm using Nice and Cheesy from Kroger. Feel free to hate on me in the comments. I'm gonna use Velveeta because it's just gonna take on the flavors of whatever's around it. It's gonna be creamy as hell. And when we open this guy up, it's gonna melt out and be delicious. And that is really what I'm #1 concerned with. So we're gonna get in here and we're just gonna go ahead and run our hands through this meatloaf one more time. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. It's a lot more malleable at this point now that it's warmed up a little bit. And we wanna get those onions and those jalapeños down into that meatloaf. Just a little bit here, not too much. But again, I want to get some of those traditionally Mexican flavors down in there. Give it one more roll through. All right. Now, this is where the magic happens, guys. So, we're gonna take our loaf pan here. All right, guys, so my bread pan idea didn't work out. The bread pan was too big, so we're gonna call an audible. I'm gonna have to do this bad boy by hand. We got parchment paper on a cookie sheet here, which is where we were gonna end up anyway. We weren't gonna cook the meatloaf in the bread pan. We're gonna go ahead and slam down our Velveeta cheese. Then we're gonna run up alongside it with a little bit of that cream cheese. Now, actually, let's mash that together too. Let's make sure that it's everything's together how we want it and flavors are melded and all that crap. So there we go. Now we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna hit some of those onions in here. We're gonna go back with some of those jalapeños in here. You can put as little or as much as you like. Boom, there we go. Now we're gonna come back and we're gonna build a meatloaf here. This is certainly not gonna be as pretty as I hoped it would be, but we're gonna make it work, my dudes. So we're gonna wrap this in saran wrap, maybe. I'm definitely making this way harder than it needed to be. All right, so if you had to do your loaf this way, I would go ahead and throw it back in the refrigerator, maybe even the freezer for like 10-15 minutes, just to give it a chance to kind of firm into shape. I don't have that kind of time because I'm cooking for a little shindig here at the Hizzle. So we're gonna go ahead and undo that and pop it on down. Much better than what we were working with before. I'm barehanding it because my hands got too sweaty for the gloves, which sounds really good if you want sweaty meatloaf. Now, before we get it on the smoker, we're gonna take some of that Skull and Mortar original rub. Now, I know you're thinking that's not a typical nacho flavor, and you would be correct, but it is a typical delicious flavor, and it does have lots of delicious peppery notes, and it's gonna help create a nice crust on the outside of this meatloaf. So we're gonna go ahead and slather a bit of that down on there. And we're gonna go back one more time, just with a light dusting of that Hey Grilled Hay Fiesta rub. Again, layering flavors. This is easy from here on out. We are taking this as it is, and we are gonna throw it on the smoker. Not really throw, we're gonna set it gently on the smoker at 225 degrees. It's gonna take about 2 hours, so we're gonna check it at an hour. We're gonna check it again at 1 hour and 45 minutes because we got a little special step. You like what I'm doing there? Is that doing it for you? Quit being a pervert, you sick freak. We're putting this on the smoker, let's go. All right guys, so it is time. We are going to glaze our meatloaf. It's been in for about 2 hours at this point. The internal temperature is about 145 degrees. We're gonna let it get up to about 160, but we're gonna start with some of that chipotle sauce. Boom. Now I'm also gonna take this stained up label from the Pineapple Express test bottle. Judge me if you will, I spilled it everywhere. It is what it is. And we're gonna throw this in too, because we also want some sweetness in there. It's gonna be a spicy little boy, so better be a spicy little guy if you want this. Oh no, we got some cheese leaking. That's kind of to be expected. Just kind of is what it is. We jammed a lot of cheese in there. So all right, so we're just gonna throw this on here, much like you would if you're doing a smoked meatloaf. If you saw my other video, I did this with a barbecue sauce, honey barbecue. Hopefully there's still some cheese left inside. As you can tell, we do have a hemorrhage. All right guys, it's finally done. We have got it glazed. We went ahead and made a bed of Spanish rice and refried beans. If you want to know how to make refried beans, I did another video. I'm not going to do it in this video because I figure probably nobody really comes to this channel to see me make refried beans. So we're going to go here. We just got some jar salsa straight from the store. I'm going to slather a little bit of that on there and make it look like not sexy at all, but that's fine. I really thought that was going to be a little more appealing looking, but we made it work, you know? We do what we can. I'm going to take some avocado salsa now. If you've never had avocado salsa, you should because it's pretty good. Now we're gonna hit it with a little crema drizzle. Feel free to use as much or as little as of any of this stuff as you like. Then we'll hit it with a little bit more onions. And finally, a few jalapeños just to up the spice, you know what I'm saying? Guys, look at this. If this isn't the ultimate form of gluttony, I don't know what it is, guys. Let's go ahead and cut this bad boy open. And let's see if we managed to nail. Gotta be ginger with it, guys. Probably would have been better to cut this on a cutting board versus a pile of shit, but that's what we did. Oh, look at that. All right, guys, there's only one thing left to do. You know that we gotta taste it. I'm gonna take some of this cheese explosion over here, slop it on the plate here. Boom, look at that. Let's get some beans and rice and whatnot. Get that on there too. Might as well go all out. Let's throw a chip on here, right? It's supposed to be nachos anyway. Boom. Dude, this is gonna be messy. It's gonna be a catastrophe. And when I get this shit all over my face, I'm just gonna leave it there. All right, so prepare to see a fat man in full gluttony form. I think it's in my nose. It was worth it, because it's freaking amazing. It's literally everything I hoped it would be. So, am I the best cook of all time? I don't know. I think it could be, the argument could be made. Terry's mom's still a hoe, and I'll see you guys next week with a brand new video. It's so good.